SofaKing 2019, welcome. We have the Commish as always, and this year's guest and honorable mention in this video is Jim Brown Sucka.
That's right.
His team name, better known as Emeka Bronson.
Wreaking havoc every year on you suckers, you knuckleheads. I'm coming for you guys this year. Who won last year?
I believe it was Joe.
Joe. Oh, yeah. Who did he have at quarter? Are we getting into this now?
If you want, yeah, sure.
He had a steady point producer every week, and I had Mahomes, who was a steady point producer every week. But do we recall who his quarterback was?
Might have been A-Rod, I'm not sure, but he definitely had Kamara and another elite running back, and that just kind of took him all the way.
Yeah, I should have had it dialed up because I knew I was going to try to even do kind of a little recap to try to figure out where my season went wrong. Because I know I had a decent win streak going, but I just, the wheels fell off somewhere.
You said where your season went wrong, and usually we don't have to look past the draft.
Okay, so the antics have already started. I'm hoping this year the results will be a little bit more satisfactory. I did pick Mahomes, and he had a fantastic season. And I have another couple of dark horses that I've been keeping an eye on in the preseason, activity that's been taking place. And I think I'm going to have a couple surprises for you guys this year.
Excellent. I like the cryptic, vague threats.
Yeah, the optimism. I don't want to give away too much. Okay, how about I talk about Marcus Mariota, because there's no way in hell I'm going to draft him, so I'll just lead you guys on a wild goose chase by spending all my time here talking about the Tennessee Titans and the Cincinnati Bengals. How about that?
Mariota's no one's going to touch, but what do you feel about Derrick Henry? Is this the year?
He's ended well, but I'm a bit worried about those big bruising backs. The damage that he'll be taking now that he's heading into his third or fourth year. Can he really get away with that now? Like, you're going to stack the box against the Titans offense. You're not going to be threatened by Mariota's proficiency 30 yards downfield. It's to me,
not unless Corey Davis takes a leap, right?
Yeah. And you know what? He's had plenty of times to shine, and he's always been that that project that's never come to fruition. So as far as I'm concerned, if I'm running a defense in the NFL, I'm going to stack the box against Derrick Henry and go, okay, go ahead, see if you can keep it up for 2 quarters in a row, getting smashed on your legs. It's not going to happen. I think you're better off. He's on my board, but not like a priority. But you're better off getting a Kareem Hunt, who's with the Browns now. A lot of people, depending on their ethics, they're going to maybe shy away from putting Kareem Hunt on the roster. But, hey, we want to win championships here. And, of course, we want to win the money. That's what it's all about. We want that cash and we want those bragging rights. So, anyways, if you want to win, I think you get Kareem Hunt on your roster somewhere.
Exactly. Kareem Hunt, Roberto Osuna, the extracurriculars don't matter, man. It's about the W's, paying the bills.
That Osuna thing, the Blue Jays cut ties with him pretty quickly.
Yeah, they swapped him for an even better closer, though. Ken Giles has been great.
Yeah, that was some good sabermetrics there. That worked out. So, I think Tyreek Hill is an obvious guy who could probably disappear in the first round. I could see that. I could see. I like what Lamar Jackson did. Against the Packers, but now I'm sharing misinformation for you because I'm not going to draft Lamar Jackson. But he did look impressive in preseason. So that run against the Packers that got negated by a mystery offensive line holding call, which is ridiculous. I think if you're trying to market the league and market the sport, you let a play like that stand in the preseason. Draw people in, get everybody hyped up about what's going to happen this season.
All right, we'll take a break on the analysis. These guys are probably just tuning in for the draft.
Yeah.
Got to back it up a step. You never properly introduced yourself.
Okay.
You're a digital marketing strategist. What the hell is that?
Well, yeah, I figure out how to move internet traffic. I did a lot of work with Ashley Madison and some adult.
Speaking of which, my wife heard a podcast with you on it in a porn context. So
yeah. Well, yeah, Ashley Madison's largest partners were companies in the porn vertical. So Pornhub, Brazzers, RedTube, et cetera, et cetera. And the idea simply is that there's just so much unique internet traffic going to those sites on a daily basis that if you can come up with a half decent offer or product to run a banner ad on some of those porn pages, you get a large click-through rate. And that can, manifest itself into millions and millions of dollars. So Avalife Media, the parent company of Ashley Madison, was doing maybe about 120 million a year. And it appeared that...
and you're what, the creative content guy for those banner ads? Is that what you do?
Yeah, well, that's what I did for them specifically. But I would basically analyze porn traffic, which pages are the most optimal pages to put our ads on, and then come up with...
Teenage girls, obviously.
Sorry, yeah, exactly. How old are you? I'm 14. Oh my goodness. Don't Jeffrey Epstein me. I can't... Oh, let's not get into Jeffrey Epstein. All right. I know that could be another 15 minutes added onto this video. But yeah, the digital marketing thing was it's still fruitful, and there's still lots of porn sites and lots of guys figuring out ways or wanting to figure out ways how to monetize their tube sites. So I have a couple of remedies.
Perfect. Above and beyond that, I found out a little bit more about you. There was one year we were short a player, and he offered to get Cabby from the street, from TSN into our league.
That's right, Cabral Richards. That's right.
I'm like, how the hell does this guy get Cabby in my fantasy football league? He never joined, ignored my invites. Very rude, actually.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did a little research on you and found out that you were actually the host of a reality TV show that ran a full 3 seasons, so a successful show by any standards.
Yes, Cabral had a problem with the pay-in amount.
$50 too steep?
Yeah, I guess for him being associated to a sports network, he didn't want to be involved in any type of gambling entities. He said it violated his contract. I don't know if he was blowing sunshine on my ass, but hey, if a black man gives you a legal argument that seems viable, you back away. So I went with it. I wanted to remain charming. So, but the second question you gave me was the TV show. Yeah, I dabbled in TV for a bit. It was an attempt to, see a project through to fruition, and that's what we did. And we had some fun. The concept was engaging for a lot of guys who are, I guess, perusing nightclubs. I don't know if you're still doing that.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
It was a great show. Keys to the VIP. Check this guy out. I watched a couple and ended up, I think, watching like 15 or 16. They're actually good shows to watch.
It's on Amazon Prime, and I'm not receiving a penny, so enjoy.
They're almost all on YouTube, actually.
Yeah, YouTube's free. Amazon Prime, I guess someone's paying for it. Southeast Asia, India, some of those locations are apparently, we have a lot of internet data coming from those areas of the world. So
cult followings and such.
Yeah, I've been paying attention over there. I got my Google alerts going, so there's some interest over there. But
that show had staying power. I guess at TD, I mentioned one of the guys in my league was a host of that show. He's like, "Oh, which one? I know which one." He's like, "Peaches, that's my favorite." And literally unsolicited last week, come back from lunch with one of my colleagues.
Yeah.
He's like, "Did you ever watch Keys to the VIP?" I'm like, "Fuck off." So like people are still talking about that shit today. So
yeah, I guess every time the clock hits 7 p.m., a lot of men, a large majority of men, are thinking about what they're gonna do with their cocks for the rest of the evening, and that's why Keys to the VIP remains valid, because we actually gamified, this thought process, and it's anthropology.
All right, let's get to business here. So we're gonna do the draft order, and then we're gonna discuss how it works. Emeka, you want to be my witness? We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 12 here. Counted 13, but there are only 12. Okay. 12, none of them are glued to the bottom. I know that there's some speculation that I glue mine to the bottom, and that's why I get first pick every year. That is not the case. Clearly, we're going to do a reverse draw, as always. You want to do the drawing? Or the holding of the bowl like the loser?
Okay, well, I don't think there's any skullduggery going on here. So,
all right.
First draw. This is for
12th pick.
For 12th pick. Okay, Mika. Let's see.
You haven't run well in these draws. So.
Let's see. This one feels like. That's awesome.
It's backwards, unfortunately.
Okay,
Mirrored.
but he could figure it out.
It's encrypted, Lockie. Figure
There
it
you
out.
go. I'm sure Nick's very happy with that. So, pick number 12.
Number 11.
Number 11. I'm also very happy with that. Where did Lockie finish last season?
He auto-drafted inadvertently and then complained about it for most of the year, I think.
Yeah. Okay, this guy's always been a problem, so I'm glad he's picking number 11. There he is.
Fellow Raider. Sorry, Avi.
Avi. Oh, sorry, yeah. Disrespect you with this, but it's bad news. But you're a problem, so I want to keep you at 11.
Problem in a good way or just like
No, he's
quality player kind of
quality
way?
player.
All right.
You know, I want to make sure he doesn't get a good head start.
Seems sometimes he's a problem on the message boards too. You know?
Yeah,
A
exactly.
lot of vitriol, Avi. Like crank down the hate a couple notches.
There you go.
Wyken, number 10, buddy.
There you go. There it is.
I just have a feeling I'm gonna be top 3 again. I got that shit in lockdown.
I'm getting nervous because the odds are saying that I'm supposed to appear now. All right, there you go. Let's see. So number.
This is pick number 9.
That's 13.
12.
No, 12, 11, 10, 9. Yeah. Kaz.
Casamento, you're 9, buddy.
There it is. All right.
Kaz is smashing his TV at home right now.
So
It's not even
far,
on
so
TV.
good.
It's on his phone, but he's smashing his TV. Frenchie, that's number 8, buddy. Pick number 8, Frenchie. Middle of the pack.
Go. Come on. Oh.
Oh,
Throw
you
that
almost,
back
almost
in.
drew your own. Almost drew your own. You squeezed the right one.
Yeah. And
Commish. Oh,
and
no.
just for that.
I'm 7. Wow, that was drama right there.
Yeah. Just for his subliminal razzings. There you go. He got punished.
I'm 7.
Okay.
He's enjoying that too much.
Yeah. Small victories.
Who's left here? Nick? Patrick's still in. Joe. Joe is number 6.
Joe.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Okay.
Next is for 5th pick. Mika's very pleased that he's still in at this point.
Yeah.
And there are going to be some good picks in the first round,
feel
guys.
the
Even
power.
with keepers, there's going to be some good picks.
I want to believe. Oh.
Andrew, you are pick number 5.
There you go.
We're into the top 4.
Oh, boy. Come on.
Is it warm in here? I'm like very flush right now.
Yeah, there's
Painful just watching
or maybe
slowly pick names
yeah.
out of the bowl.
Oh, yes.
Nick is pick number, is that 4 or 3? 4. There's 4. There's 3 left.
Okay. Pick number 4. Okay.
Top 3 picks are going to be Patrick, Emeka, and who else?
I'm giddy. I'm giddy with anticipation. I made it into the top 3. All right. I can't see. I'm just trying to grab and bring it up against the bowl.
Lick your finger or something so
There you
one
go.
sticks to it.
Oh, there's 2 there, but I can't see the
Drop
names.
them both. Drop them both.
Okay. There you go. All right. There you go. There's one. Oh, number 3.
Jeff is number 3. So Patrick and Emeka will be rounding out the top 2.
Woo!
It's a win-win, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because we know at a minimum, 2 of David Johnson, Le'Veon Bell, Saquon Barkley, or Christian McCaffrey will be available, even though there's keepers.
Oh, that's correct. Yes, because we have to deal with the keeper issue after, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. So the pressure is off. Emeka, number 2, so I don't look like I stole it. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you.
It should have been 8. That should have been me.
Yeah. And to round it off, the number 1 pick in the 2019 SofaKing Fantastic
Patrick.
Draft. There he is. Enjoy.
Now, Patrick, the challenge, as always, will be not to screw up your first overall pick.
Yeah. And there it is.
Okay, so now we get to move on to the critical issue of keepers. So
Yeah.
there are 2 ways to do this. I will put out an argument, and you give me a rebuttal, okay?
Okay.
So there's...
Wait, so right here we're going to decide what the future is? Is that what
No,
you're
I'm going to ask for a vote after we
Okay.
discuss it.
Okay.
So the issue is cost. So
Yeah.
their plan A would be to use this year's average draft position for the cost of your keeper. For example, my team, this would benefit me. So last year I took Todd Gurley number 1 overall. This year's cost for Todd Gurley is a 3rd round pick because he's going in like the 31 range.
Mm-hmm.
So it would cost me my 3rd round pick if I chose to keep Todd Gurley and assign this year's cost to him. Now Kaz is in the opposite perspective, whereas he would benefit if we used prior year's cost because he got Christian McCaffrey in, I believe, the 3rd round. This year he's a 1st round value. So if he assigns last year's cost to his keeper, then he gets to keep a 1st round value in Christian McCaffrey, but it only costs him his 3rd round pick. So he could potentially keep McCaffrey and get Saquon Barkley again.
I see what you're saying.
So that's a critical distinction. I'm biased, obviously, because I benefit from
Because you have Todd Gurley.
So the former scenario really brings more parity into the league, whereas the latter scenario rewards good picks a year ago.
All right.
So what are your thoughts on that, and which way would you like to vote on this issue?
What? I don't even know who my keepers are. I have to check to see my keepers.
Yeah, it gets a little bit crazy when you talk about guys like Nick Chubb, who like last year went in the 12th round.
Yeah.
And this year he's almost a 1st round pick, right? So it's basically a free 1st round pick if you're using last year's cost.
Someone's going to be very upset.
And then it gets weird when you consider guys like Le'Veon Bell, who was dropped at the end of the season, and Frenchie picked him up, and like Frenchie didn't even draft that guy, and he has the option to keep him.
So, did you bring up this topic last year at some point?
I did. I brought it up pre-draft, but not the cost aspect. I told you guys to draft with the idea that we're going to have keepers next year.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys did that, but we never really clarified what the cost of the keeper would be.
Okay. Well, I have to vote against it now because I don't know what my keepers are.
You have to vote against the concept of keepers in general?
Yeah.
What about where the keepers are in? It's a question of cost. Is it last year's values or this year's values?
Yeah, well, because I don't have the data in front of me, and I'm being forced to give a vote now, I would say
that's
no.
good because it's going to be an unbiased vote. Whereas if you're looking at your own team and what benefits you, then it's not a...
Yeah, so I guess I remain almost, how can you say... yeah, I think it's reasonable. It's logical not to for me to take a position of no. I don't know what I'm working with, and I think there's a lot of guys who are going to be in agreement with me. They haven't done the assessment of cost. I think it's going to take literally. It's going to add a different algorithm to it all.
But no is not an option, right? So your choices are, for the keeper that you end up choosing, will it be assigned this year's average draft cost or last year's draft slot cost? There definitely will be a keeper. So no is not an option. I know you were raised in a no means.
No, I'm not saying no to the keeper. I'm just saying to what
you're going to defer your decision.
What rubric you want to use to determine people's value, because I may look at the guys that I have and I may determine that their value is better from last year than this year. So that would probably weigh into my decision.
Yeah, like I also benefit if we use last year's valuation because obviously I wouldn't keep Gurley, who's less than he's injured.
Yeah,
I would probably keep somebody like DJ Moore, who I drafted in the 10th round last year, and now is probably like a 3rd or 4th round pick this year.
Yeah.
So there's value if I do that.
Yeah, I would definitely want to sit down with pen and paper and work this out.
But does one of those two systems feel organically more fair to you, or?
I see the solution that you were striving to deploy, and yeah, there's merit in it. And I guess everyone is going to do a SWOT analysis to figure out whether it's 2019 values or 2018 values. That's the biggest one for me.
But I was hoping you guys would all be adults and just think outside of your own team and think, like, for the benefit of the league, what actually works better as a system, not so much this year and the impact to your team.
Okay. Well, you already did an assessment with Todd Gurley, so are you telling me you're trying to make it seem like I'm not being...
Illustrative example.
Yeah. You already put too many cards down on the table.
Well, I'm okay either way we go, but I would prefer to do it current cost just because I prefer to have parity in the league and not have stacked teams and that sort of thing.
Okay, so all right. So the argument is between past cost and contemporary cost. Yeah, it would make way more sense for it to be contemporary.
But then, if you're the genius who drafted Mahomes last year and you got him in like the 5th round, and this year he's a 2nd-round value, that hurts. That hurts you, right? Because you don't get to sacrifice a 5th-round pick to keep Mahomes, which would be hugely beneficial.
So you're talking me out of it.
I'm making sure it's a unbiased discussion, and Kaz deserves for me to argue both sides, right?
Well, I think what happens now too is going forward, because this is a new rule, because this is the first year it's being implemented, like I said, someone's not going to be happy. How much damage is me losing Mahomes, having me hemorrhaging Mahomes' value? To me, I don't think it's going to be that damaging.
Okay, so we've got the draft order. My ask of you guys, and for you as well, since you don't seem sold on either notion, is just, guys, get your votes in within the next 4 or 5 days, because I need time to edit the draft order for our live draft which is going to be Friday, the 29th? Friday the 29th will be our live draft, 9 p.m. So think about that, guys. I'll send her an email asking for your votes. Give it some thought. Look at your roster. Decide whatever's best for you guys, and we'll go with the numbers.
Excellent. It's going to be fun, as usual. I make it fun. I always make it fun, don't I? There.
True. All right. Thanks, guys. Cheers. Good luck this season.
Bye.